the quiet light of early morning, before the city fully awakens, the long line of stone begins to breathe with color. At first it is only a faint glow along the mountain ridge. Then, slowly, the entire wall emerges from the mist, stretching across the landscape for nearly 6 kilometers. It rises, it falls, it curves with the terrain as if it had grown from the earth itself. This is not only a fortress, this is a promise carved into stone. In the year 1794, under the vision of King Jungjo of the Joseon dynasty, construction began. What followed was one of the most remarkable architectural achievements of the 18th century. In just 2.5 years, this immense structure was completed, not through chaos or forced haste, but through planning, science, and an extraordinary coordination of human hands. Traditional craftsmanship met newly developed mechanical systems. Ingenious lifting devices, based on contemporary engineering texts, allowed massive stones to rise into place with precision. Pulley and crane structures transformed what had once required brute force into a process guided by calculation and balance. More than 700,000 laborers and artisans contributed to the work. Here lies something rare for its time. Historical records tell us that these workers were paid. Wages were documented. Materials were measured. Schedules were organized. This was not only construction. It was administration, reform, and vision. Every section of the wall was designed for defense. Yet no line is rigid. Instead, the fortress moves with the rhythm of the mountain. Stone and nature do not compete here. They cooperate. Four great gates face the cardinal directions, each one a monumental threshold between worlds. To the north, the gate stands firm against the cold mountain wind, its layered pavilion once watching the distant horizon. To the south, the gate opens toward the royal road, the symbolic path connecting the new political center to the wider kingdom. Within these gateways passed envoys, soldiers, scholars, and royal processions. Hidden along the walls are command posts and observation towers. Angled bastions extend outward, allowing defenders to see without being seen. Even water was given its passage. Beneath the wall, a carefully engineered floodgate allowed the stream to flow freely. A reminder that control, in its most sophisticated form, does not block nature. It guides it. This fortress was not built only for protection. Place of renewal, the physical expression of filial devotion, the king's tribute to his father, and the vision for a more just political order. Inside these walls, life unfolded with ceremony and discipline. Silk uniforms crossed the courtyards in measured formations. Military drills echoed against stone. Royal rituals filled the air with music and banners. By day, everything moved with structure and clarity. By night, stillness returned. Lantern light reflected on polished stone. Wind traveled softly along the parapets. The watchtowers stood like silent guardians beneath the stars. But power always carries weight. The dream of a new capital, so carefully imagined, began to fade. Political tensions that the walls could not contain continued beyond them. The fortress remained strong, yet its purpose slowly changed. Centuries passed. Wars came and left their marks. Sections of the wall were damaged. Wooden pavilions burned and were rebuilt. Stone weathered under rain and snow. And still, the original construction records survived. In the 20th century, restoration began, not as an act of reinvention, but as an act of listening. Each stone was studied, each structure rebuilt according to the precise methods first used more than 200 years earlier. Because of this fidelity, today the entire complex is recognized as a UNESCO World Heritage Site. Now, visitors walk the same paths where guards once stood, where signals of danger once rose. Cameras frame the sunset. In spring, blossoms gather along the walls, softening their military geometry. In summer, the green of the mountain wraps the fortress in quiet light. In autumn, the stones glow beneath golden leaves. In winter, snow settles into every crevice, and the entire structure becomes a landscape of memory. What was once a symbol of protection has become a place of reflection. The walls no longer divide. They connect past and present. Children run along the pathways. Scholars study the engineering. Travelers pause at the gates, looking outward toward the modern city that had grown around its 18th century vision. Morning begins with light touching the watchtowers. Evening ends with lanterns returning to their ancient rhythm. And in that final quiet moment, when the last footsteps fade and the wind moves once more along the stone, the fortress becomes what it has always been. Not only a structure of defense, not only a political dream, but a living record of loyalty, innovation, and enduring beauty. Thank you for traveling through time with us. Subscribe and join the next journey into the world's most extraordinary historical masterpieces.